Imagine this. The world outside is silent, heavy with secrets, and you're about to step into a story that feels more like a fever dream than reality. The year is 1947. The Second World War has ended, but the scars it left behind are still fresh, and the world is gripped by paranoia and suspicion. The place: a secret Soviet laboratory, hidden deep beneath the earth, where the air is thick with fear and the unknown. 5 prisoners of war, labeled as enemies of the state, are chosen for a horrifying experiment. Their crime: simply existing in the wrong place at the wrong time, caught in the gears of a ruthless regime. Their sentence: something far worse than death itself, a fate that will test the very limits of human endurance and sanity. These desperate men are offered a sliver of hope, their freedom dangled before them like a cruel joke. All they have to do is stay awake. Not for a night or even a week, but for 30 relentless days and nights, without a single moment of sleep. It sounds deceptively simple, right? But there's a catch, a terrifying, inescapable catch that will haunt their every waking moment. The scientists begin to pump a strange, untested gas into their sealed chamber. This gas, they claim, will erase the need for sleep, but its true effects are unknown and potentially monstrous. This is the chilling premise of the infamous Russian sleep experiment, a story that has sent shivers down the spines of countless readers. It's a tale whispered in hushed tones on the darkest corners of the internet, a legend that blurs the fragile line between reality and nightmare, fact and fiction. But is any of it true? Or is it just another ghost story for the digital age? Let's dive deeper into this unsettling legend and uncover the truth. Or perhaps the chilling lack thereof. The Soviet Union of the 1940s was a place shrouded in secrecy. Paranoia ran rampant, and trust was a rare commodity. The government's iron grip extended into every aspect of daily life, and suspicion lingered in every shadow. Citizens lived under constant surveillance, never knowing who might be watching or listening. The quest for scientific dominance fueled a ruthless ambition. Soviet leaders demanded breakthroughs at any cost, pushing their scientists to the very edge of ethical boundaries. Laboratories became battlegrounds for innovation, where failure was not an option, and success was measured in secrets kept from the outside world. In the aftermath of World War II, the victors scrambled to unlock the secrets of the human mind. The world was entering a new era, one where psychological warfare and mind control were as coveted as nuclear power. Both the Allies and the Soviets raced to recruit the brightest minds, hoping to gain an advantage in this shadowy new frontier. And the Soviets were not afraid to conduct morally questionable experiments in the name of progress. Behind locked doors, scientists explored the limits of human endurance, often ignoring the cost to their subjects. The line between research and cruelty blurred, justified by the promise of scientific advancement. Within this atmosphere of fear and scientific curiosity, the Russian sleep experiment is said to have taken place. Whispers of strange experiments echoed through the corridors, fueling rumors that would persist for decades. The exact location of the facility remains a mystery, lost to the annals of time, and possibly, conveniently, to the KGB. Some believe the truth was deliberately buried, erased from official records to protect those involved. Some whisper of an abandoned bunker beneath the bustling streets of Moscow. Hidden in plain sight, these forgotten places became the perfect cover for experiments that defied explanation. Others claim it was hidden in the desolate Siberian wilderness, far from prying eyes. In these remote outposts, secrecy was absolute, and the harsh environment only added to the sense of isolation and dread. Wherever it was, one thing is certain: it was a place where the laws of humanity were suspended, and the pursuit of knowledge knew no bounds. The walls themselves seemed to absorb the secrets, bearing silent witness to the horrors within. This historical context, marked by secrecy and ambition, sets the stage for a truly chilling tale. Under Stalin's watchful eye, the boundaries of science and morality were pushed further than ever before. A tale where the lines between right and wrong, truth and fiction, become terrifyingly blurred. In this world, the unimaginable became possible, and the consequences would haunt history forever. The experiment itself was deceptively simple in its design, a chilling testament to the era's obsession with pushing the boundaries of science, no matter the cost. Yet beneath its surface, the procedure was brutally cruel in its execution, stripping away any pretense of humanity in the name of progress. 5 prisoners, deemed expendable by the regime, were sealed inside a hermetically sealed chamber, their fate decided by those in power. The chamber, more like a cage than a room, was outfitted with microphones and observation portholes, 5 windows into a waking nightmare, where every movement and sound would be scrutinized. The scientists' goal was straightforward, albeit twisted, to observe the effects of prolonged sleep deprivation on the human psyche and to document the unraveling of the mind. Their mission: to push the limits of human endurance, to see just how far a person could be driven before breaking. To weaponize sleep, or rather, the lack of it, transforming exhaustion into a tool of control and manipulation. The gas, a mysterious concoction known only as Nikolaev's stimulant after its supposed creator, was meant to keep the subjects awake, their minds trapped in a perpetual state of consciousness, unable to escape even in dreams. In the beginning, the prisoners were cooperative, even optimistic. After all, they were promised freedom if they succeeded, a glimmer of hope in an otherwise hopeless existence. They passed the time talking, reading books, and trying to distract themselves from the reality of their confinement. Sharing stories from their lives on the outside, they clung to memories of freedom, family, and better days. But beneath the surface, anxiety simmered. They didn't know the horrors that awaited them, nor how quickly hope could turn to dread. They didn't know that the chamber would become their tomb, a place where the line between experiment and nightmare would soon vanish forever. The first few days of the experiment were uneventful. The prisoners exhibited normal behavior, their conversations recorded and analyzed by the researchers. But as days turned into nights, the gas began to weave its insidious magic. Sleep, that basic human need, became an elusive phantom. After 5 days, the subjects' behavior changed. Conversations grew dark, paranoia set in. The men began to exhibit signs of extreme anxiety, their whispers laced with fear and distrust. They turned on each other, their words like venom, their bonds of camaraderie slowly dissolving. The gas, it seemed, was doing more than just keeping them awake. It was stripping them of their humanity. By day 10, the nightmare had truly begun.